gonna hurt you a lot, Mutie. Drain him dry!
Evacuation procedure activated. Factory at risk. Bioimplants at risk. Severe contamination.
I love my new suit. All sorts of upgrades since we last met. Trust me, it's what the master race will be wearing this season.
Well, if it isn't our little traitor again, this will be a pleasure.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at you now and I'm thinking, my father could have been a good man if it wasn't for the poison you poured into his ear.
Once we synthesize Megan Gwyn's power, our alliances will have to be renegotiated. The Purifiers will conquer and rule alone.
Pixie? Well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
I will take you out! Crush you under my heel.
Slight, technical hitch. That's what comes of relying on mutant powers.
Looks like you got some wiring crossed.
In the circumstances, child, I believe I have no option but to surrender. I'm your prisoner.
My prisoner?
Exactly. You've beaten me, my mutant friend. An X-Man has to be generous in victory. You do want to be an X-Man, don't you? Or are you feeling the pull of the dark side? Well, it's your choice, of course.
Kneel down then. Show me your hands. There's more ugliness to you than I would have thought possible.
Adrian, think of what you're doing. Remember who you were. Thank you. I think the auto-repair system has done its work by now.
This rally is dedicated to the...
I love my new suit. All sorts of upgrades since we last met. Trust me, it's what the master race will be wearing this season.
Well, if it isn't our little traitor again, this will be a pleasure.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking at you now and I'm thinking, my father could have been a good man if it wasn't for the poison you poured into his ear.
Once we synthesize Megan Gwyn's power, our alliances will have to be renegotiated. The Purifiers will conquer and rule alone.
Pixie, I'm not gonna let that happen.
I will take you out! Crush you under my heel. I'm not dead yet.
Hey, I'm only getting started.
A slight, technical hitch. That's what comes of relying on mutant powers.
Looks like you got some wiring crossed.
In the circumstances, child, I believe I have no option but to surrender. I'm your prisoner.
My prisoner?
Exactly. You've beaten me, my mutant friend. An X-Man has to be generous in victory. You do want to be an X-Man, don't you? Or are you feeling the pull of the dark side? Well, it's your choice, of course.
Where's Pixie? What have you done to her?
Oh, that's a whole lot of misplaced sentiment, boy. You're thinking of mutants as people. That's a slippery slope.
Well, I promise I won't make the same mistake with you, Hodge.
Adrian, think of what you're doing. Remember who you were. Thank you. I think the auto repair system has done its work by now.
Enough, Dad!
A divided humanity will fall. Can't you see that? You're human, Adrian. Act like it.
I was something for you to use and twist around.
Someone has issues.
You're my son, Adrian. Above anything else.
I'm pretty relieved to see you.
It took a long time to find you. Emma couldn't pick up your trace, and then Wolverine. There's something wrong with him.
I can't explain it.
My God. This place. We must tell Scott. We go, yes?
Yeah, I hear you, but...
What is it that you want to do?
But with everything that's happened, maybe Mystique is right.
Mystique? I hope you know what you're doing, mein liebe Kind.
Well, well. You're starting to look like less of a doe-eyed innocent. What's up, kid?
Like when I ran into Wolverine, he was tracing weapons to that location. We found an entire factory of Sentinel tech running there.
Oh, really? Something rotten in Reyes's barrel, then. Sentinel tech. That's bad. Very bad.
Wolverine. He seemed to be fine, but then Reyes noticed that something was wrong with him. He just lost control inside of a few seconds.
Charles Xavier, Manuel de la Roca, Emma Frost.
What?
3 mutants who could get past Logan's mental blocks and do that to him. But the first 2 died, and the third cleaned up her act. Logan gone feral, huh? Isn't that unfortunate timing?
No, the stuff in there is way more high-tech than what they were using during the raid.
Sentinel tech. Magneto suspected as much, and the MRD conveniently missed it.
Luis Reyes showed up at the factory. At least now he and the MRD know about it.
Forgive me if I don't dance for joy. The MRD can't defend us against Sentinel technology. We have to track those shipments.
Luis Reyes showed up at the factory. At least now he and the MRD know about it.
Forgive me if I don't dance for joy. The MRD can't defend us against Sentinel technology. We have to track those shipments.
What now? The purifiers were bad enough without mutant-killing robots for backup.
Somebody is playing us like a bunch of puppets. Whoever that is, they've got to be close. We just need to run them to the ground. Toad managed to find out about their next shipment of battlesuits. Go there, stop that shipment, and flatten the place. So this chat has been interesting, kid. But why tell me? Surely Logan wouldn't have put you up to that, no matter what he thinks of the pretty boy.
I've been thinking. Both you and Cyclops were trying to do the right thing, but now, I think I can see why the Brotherhood puts mutants first.
We'll see if you feel the same way once this is all over. And that's gonna be soon.
I just want all of this to end.
Pace yourself. Wiping out their lab, finding their factory was nice work. But this isn't over, and you know it.
Hey, listen. I appreciate that you're wary of me, but you still jumped in to save my skin more than once. It's okay. I'll manage on my own.
I understand your reason. I really do. Come, I will help you.
Nightcrawler, the Brotherhood is sweeping through the city. I'm sorry, but I need your help.
Do what you gotta do. Thanks for the lift.
Very well. Good luck.
Will you be alright? Feels good doing the right thing, doesn't it?
I'll go on minute to minute here and hoping they all add up to who I am.
compound, offline. Sentinel factory, offline.
A voice from the factory. Why am I not surprised?
Mutant code continues. Monitor and report. Confirm download signal strength. No more time to waste. Locate Reyes.
Reyes? Luis isn't here right now.
Whoever you are. It is unwise to provoke me.
I know. Somehow I couldn't resist. You're the one who set this whole thing up, aren't you? The one who gives Reyes his orders?
Better to say that Reyes gives the others my orders. That is his purpose. You are a mutant.
Yeah. So is Reyes. Got that mind control thing going on, like Charles Xavier.
Very much like Xavier. Except that he belongs to me.
Bastion?
Oh, you are a clever little animal.
Aren't you supposed to be dead?
I was never truly alive. That makes reincarnation a lot easier.
Forge!
Have you seen the tech those purifiers are using? It's like nothing I've ever seen.
I found a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that stuff almost fell on my head.
There's somebody communicating to Luis through the MRD satellite.
The Telos satellite? But it doesn't have any life support.
The computer identified the voice as Bastion.
Bastion? Magneto swore he destroyed that monster.
What is he?
The ultimate weapon in a future war against us. And he's the reason why the purifiers have future tech.
Bastion said something about reincarnation.
Meaning that he doesn't intend to stay up in that satellite for long. If his consciousness survived somehow, my guess is that he would try to build himself a new body.
Thanks. I can handle it from here.
This whole city is barely hanging on. With Bastion involved, we all have to be on our guard. I'll stay behind and see if I can disable it from here.
What the hell? What is this? Come on, Caliban. Let's get moving.
But where? Too many. Too many! Caliban feels no remorse for Hodge. He hurt Caliban and stole Pixie.
Hodge said taking Pixie's power was a big part of the Purifier's game plan. You've got a psychic trace on her, right? Then we'll find her together.
But Pixie's signal will be everywhere now, wherever Purifiers use her power.
Then we'll take them down one at a time until we find the real signal. If we find those strong signals and rule them out one by one, can you zero in on her?
Caliban thinks so.
Then do it. Choose the closest signal and head in that direction. We'll take this one step at a time. Are you sure you're up for this? As you look terrible.
They drained so much from Caliban. So many other mutants went through that pain. But no more!
Come on. If you stop now, Hodge wins after all.
No. Caliban will find her. Pixie's power! They have Pixie's power!
Maybe not. Maybe they just got it rigged up in a copycat machine, the way they did with you. Either way, we're going to find her. Impressive.
I seldom disappoint. Brotherhood?
I don't know yet.
Well, I suppose it doesn't matter when we're facing a common enemy.
The Purifiers have Pixie. We're trying to find her before they can synthesize her power.
That would be unfortunate. But how is it even possible?
With human technology. They've made some kind of an alliance.
Everyone hates mutants for being different. But they have no problem draining us dry for their own benefit.
I'm sorta new to this. My power's only just activated.
And how is that working out for you?
This isn't how I ever saw myself. What I was meant to be.
But who tells us what we're meant to be? Everyone has an opinion. Mostly, if we follow those opinions, we lose ourselves.
It sounds like you're talking from personal experience.
I've made my share of mistakes. That's how we learn.
Didn't I see you in the Winter Olympics a few years back?
The whole of life is a competition. You'll learn.
But with super speed, you couldn't really lose, could you?
I didn't say the competition was fair.
What's happening elsewhere? How are we doing?
We're holding the Purifiers at bay, but they're throwing everything they've got at us, recklessly.
Like this is the last throw of the dice.
Exactly. For some reason, even the MRD have begun to turn on us. They wouldn't let me get past to take out a Purifier shipment. Looks like your Brotherhood cronies were right not to trust them. Maybe we'll end up on the same side of this one.
We've got to move on. If we lose this trail, we're sunk.
Good luck. I'll clear the way for you as far as I can.
What are you staring at?
Sorry, was I staring? Adrian. It's nice to meet you.
You sure about that? Usually I come as pretty bad news.
We're following a trail. Pixies. The Purifiers want to steal her power.
Do they now? You want to know the best way to stop them?
Yes. Please.
Beat them to death with a parked car.
Someone as powerful as you would be a big help to us.
Power? Let me tell you about power. It comes with a price, and it's nearly always too high.
Is that how it was for you? I mean, you paid a price?
Nah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Never let it change me or go to my head. I'm still the same sweet guy I always was. You're starting to irritate me.
Sorry. Well, I'm sure you don't need to suffer any fools.
Are you saying I look like I'm unreasonable?
No.
'Cause I'm not. I'm just always right is all. So don't even question it. I'm not a fan of seeing these so-called peacekeepers aiming weapons at me. No puny MRT is going to keep the Brotherhood from owning this city. Are you in for this fight?
I'll take it over the city, huh? I couldn't agree more. Let's get going.
Let's do this! I smash the men, you get the machine! I like your style. I might have an old suit you can wear.
A strong trace. Pixie was here, but...
What, she ran into a wall?